Fall Guys is dead. Let's face it, preparing updates to drip feed a year in advance shows the direction Mediatonic is taking with the game. As someone who is a staunch defender of the game in the past, I haven't played the game unless if it's for one of my friends' events I've set up, so when Fortnite released the Fall Guys Crown Jam mode, I didn't have high expectations. But when I got a squad together to have a gander, it really impressed me, and it seems to have impressed everyone else, beating out Fortnite Festival, Lego Fortnite and Rocket Racing player counts. It got me thinking though, is this the future of Fall Guys as a whole? And could this be the lifeline that the game needs to make a comeback? Before discussing whether this benefits Fall Guys in general, we need to take a deep dive into what Crown Jam actually is. Crown Jam is a Fortnite UEFN mode that Mediatonic developed in-house. The main premise of the game revolves around a supercharged version of basketball from the original. There's 2 teams of 3 duking it out, trying to score as many points as possible within 5 minutes. Through tackling enemies by ramming into them, stealing the ball and passing, you can gain hype indicated by the meter at the bottom right. Hype can activate unique abilities that you choose from a selection before the match begins. These include homing missiles, which target a player and knocks them around, bounce pads to launch yourself in a direction to retreat or push, and a big beam power to make you the size of Jonathan Blow's ego to slam everyone down. From an outside perspective, this mode might appear to some as a shallow attempt to recreate the beloved Fall Guys minigame. However, despite the appearance, this mode is well thought out and has a profound sense of strategy in it. Attempting to tackle players to help your teammates as you all pass and throw the ball feels supernatural, and defending is less prioritised due to the power-ups, making for intense battles. Crown Jam discourages passive methods of play and prods players to get into the action. It's been super refreshing, and every time I've played it, I have never had a bad time. Now, you may be asking yourself how this relates to Fall Guys dying. Personally, my view is this. Mediatonic have worked on Crown Jam for at least a year, and quite frankly, it's the most enjoyable experience I've had in recent memory regarding Fall Guys, and it's not even on the same game. This shows how Mediatonic wants to take the game to the next level. They want to move from gimmicky platformer levels to whimsical games with fully realised concepts attached onto them. Crown Jam is likely an experiment for the new additions arriving in the future, such as custom UI and animations, which has been delayed multiple times thus far. Despite only being a prototype, however, there's plenty of directions Mediatonic could take Crown Jam in. I've got a few theories for what Mediatonic's next steps will be, but here's the main ones I'm thinking of. Despite the mode being planned for removal on the 3rd of February, they'll continue to support the game mode in the future. As I write in this script, they've added in hype events, changing the way that you play the game for a limited time. And the map now includes variants that add big USCs and turntables, making for more unique games. But Mediatonic could push this idea further, adding new power-ups for extra depth, new maps to mix up gameplay strategies, or new moves that you can pull off for an extra competitive edge. I especially love this move that we did completely by accident on a Twitch stream not too long ago. Oh my god.
What? What the hell? No way. No way. I passed that.
I suggest you follow me there, by the way. I also believe that Mediatonic and Epic Games will collaborate to add these experiences into UEFN for map creators to take advantage of. Gatekeeping fun additions to the game like Crown Jam goes against the spirit of the platform, and I believe they'll do everything they can to ensure that these gameplay systems are available for use in other game modes. As other games have proved time and time again, bestowing the power onto players will foster creative ideas that wouldn't have been thought of otherwise. One idea that I suspect will come to fruition as well is with other game modes being added with the same philosophy as Crown Jam. These could include more in-depth variants of fall ball and volleyball, just like what they achieved with Crown Jam being an extension of basketball, or perhaps more refined interpretations of some of their other modes. For example, Top of the Trash is a brilliant level from the original Fall Guys. In that level, players fight to stay in a zone at the top, a la King of the Hill. These players can then pick up rubber chickens, acting like bats that you can use to charge and launch other players off, costing them points to make their way back up again. I absolutely believe that other popular game modes will be adapted to this way of playing Fall Guys. The most important one though is to simply get attention back onto Fall Guys as a whole. With the original game dwindling in player counts, it's no wonder that Epic Games wants to do everything in their power to keep the franchise alive. So much so, they took employees from Fall Guys just to focus their efforts on Crown Jam for an entire year. And with rallying support from across the Fall Guys community, it seems they're just as determined for Fall Guys to stick around. I really hope the support from both developers and players alike will revitalise this once beloved dormant platformer into something so much bigger. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.